Hello, my name is Maddie. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is my educational web series about how to use the internet for those who are new to the internet. Today's video is going to be a continuation of the how to make an email on any device video. Consider this a part 2. In that video, we talked about how to create an email and how to sign in and all that. In this video, we're actually going to talk about how to use your email. I'm going to minimize my screen. That way you can actually see my screen. That way I can show you how to get started with your email. I'll leave a link to part 1 that covers how to create your email and how to sign in. And then I will start the demo once I've logged into my email. To open an email, you simply just hover over it and you'll notice how the cursor goes from a little triangle shape to a hand. You click the mouse one time, and when you're finished with an email, you can either click this back arrow or you can click inbox. If an email is really important, you can hover over the little star icon, click once, and then the email is starred, which flags it as important. Starring an email makes it easier to find, which obvious right now, but as we get more and more emails, it's a really handy feature. You can click starred over here, and you can just see your starred emails. And if you like, oh, that email's not important anymore, you can click starred again, and it removes the star. Click the checkbox, and then hover over the trash can for delete, and then it's gone. If you accidentally click delete and you don't really want to get rid of it, it's an easy fix. Simply go all the way to the left and click on the scroll bar, hold down, and then go to the bottom to where you see trash, click on trash, and then you can see emails that you've deleted. Now, if you're really sure you never want to see an email again, click the checkbox again and then click delete forever. And now it's gone forever. You'll never see it again. Normally, messages just stay in the trash for 30 days and then they're automatically deleted forever. If we want to go back to our inbox, we just scroll up and click inbox. Now we move on to the exciting part of the tutorial where we learn how to compose an email. Just go over to the left, click compose, and then we'll make our subject, which is learning how to email, which is exciting. And then because you just click up here to do the subject. Now the subject is just a couple of words that tell the recipient what the email is going to be about. And now we'll type our message. And now you can also schedule a message, but personally, I just like to send them on the spot. Now we go to recipients, and here we type the email address of the person we want to send it to. A good way to practice with email is to send emails to yourself. And it's a really good way to see what a subject looks like and really get familiar with email. So if we click on the little M over here, we can see what our email address is. So it's just Maddie, M-A-D-I-E, and the number is, see, I like to keep mistakes in. That way, if you do the same thing, you can see how they're corrected rather than thinking you've done something wrong. Learning how to use the internet is mostly learning troubleshooting steps. That way, you can learn how to adapt to every new program that comes along, rather than learning a rigid set of steps that works every single time. So we're going to send an email to ourselves, which if we look in the top left corner up here, we can see our email. And now it lets us know our draft is saved, which is basically a preview of our email. And that's really handy. Like say we hit the X, and it's like, oh no, we've lost our email, all of our progress. There's a way to save it. If you go all the way to the left again, which is where you're going to find most of the tools you need to use, you can go down until you click drafts. Notice there's a little 1 right here. We click on drafts, and then we can see it's got a little red text that says draft. And here's our subject, learning how to email, and then it shows us a preview of our message. Then we just simply click on it, and it brings us back. Perfect, we don't lose any progress. And now we just go to send, and then we click on send. And just A quick tip, you only have a few seconds to undo your message, so make sure you're certain in what you're going to say because there's no way to take it back. And now, if we go back to our inbox, we can see our email from ourselves. Notice right here how it says the sender is me. And notice how the font is bold. That means we haven't read it yet. And now we just click on it and we can see our message. Learning how to email to ourselves. And we're going to pretend this was from another person. So if we want to respond to them, we can either compose a whole new email or we can just hit reply and say, thanks for the email. Oh, and here's another feature. Google has this unique AI or artificial intelligence that guesses what you're trying to say. If you don't like it, you can turn it off, or if you like it, you can keep it. Notice how there's a little gray tab here. If the next word you want to say is email, you just hit the tab key and then it keeps it. Personally, I don't like to use it, so I just click the turn off button and then that suggestion won't come on anymore. Once we're finished with our email, we just hit send and now that person can see it. And now we go to our inbox. Notice how it says 2 for 2 messages. And then if we click on it, we can see that reply. And that's really all the basics for your desktop. How to get started, how to delete an email, how to send an email, how to reply to an email. That's really the bare bones for what we need to accomplish. This is a great foundation to get started. Perhaps in a later tutorial, if you guys are interested, we can talk about how to attach pictures and documents and put hyperlinks in to videos and stuff you want somebody to see and things of that nature. But the really important thing with email is you can communicate with people, and it's also important in the future when you're making accounts for other services. And now we're going to get into the mobile device tutorial, how to get set up over there. So I'm just really quickly going to close that out, and then I'm going to jump over to screen recording. You can see that your email syncs across devices. So we can just click that and we can see the emails that we sent and what time. And we can reply again if we wanted to. And notice how learning to email is at the top of the email. That's the subject field, and whatever you type there is going to display there. You can just hit reply to reply to a message. Type more gibberish. You can choose to type it up here or below that. I would recommend up here because most people don't look past the on Saturday, all the date information. And now we can just type right here our response. Now with the desktop email, they didn't really show us like the specific timestamp and date information. You can just ignore that. That's just how email is built. That text is normal. It's supposed to be there. But I would recommend typing above it rather than below it because most people stop reading once they see the computer generated text. And then we can just click the little paper airplane at the top to send it. And then if we hit the back arrow at the top, it takes us to our inbox. And unlike the desktop where it's just shown on the left, to get your categories, you have to click the 3 little lines. But it's the same categories as the desktop. The starts, news, important, all that. But the main ones we really need to focus on are primary, which is your inbox, and the trash, where deleted emails go. And there's also a little spam folder because Google and many other email providers automatically try to filter out spam. That way you're not bothered with it. And there's also the social and promotions tab. You can just click through here and see your different types of email. Promotions are normally coupons. Google filters them out in a separate place. Most of the time when you check your email, you're not really looking for promotional offers or coupons. So that's just that category. Social is normally where things like Facebook updates would be. Like you'll get notified if somebody posts on Facebook or things of that nature if you choose to subscribe. This is your primary inbox where emails that you receive from other people go. And another thing I'd like to add, if you want to refresh your email to see if you've gotten any new ones, simply touch somewhere on your screen and then pull down until you see that little blue circular arrow at the top, and then let go and it'll do a quick refresh and it'll instantly let you know if you have any more emails. that concludes the tutorial. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed this video, got something from it, and I hope to see you next time. Have a fabulous day!